These jokers, these fools, they shoot just to shoot. They ain't never been in an actual fight in their life. Yeah, they go to shoot. They gotta take 10 shots just to hit one target. Y'all need to go and get a job. To try out the video right now. Click price your project. And our pros will tell you. And even text friends to 515 your home today. Closed captioning brought you by the message. If you were a loved one coming to use it, well, when the governor signed that bill, that everybody gets going. Well, some incredible images to show you the artists heading home after their record break. Incredible photos of Earth, the moon surface as well. History today was a ship-to-ship call to the space station about 230 kilometers away. Big photos of that even Johnson Space. And probably don't have no permit either. Pictures. I just want to keep showing you. I've been doing them all day. They're so amazing. Yeah, one of those pictures is on the there's just been studying more than 50 transmitted back from the capsule here to the Johnson Space Center. They are still going through the process of going through the thousands and thousands of just photo images. That doesn't take into account all of the audio files that were recorded that we haven't had a chance to hear yet. So from the astronauts as they were doing the lunar flyby, all of those details and descriptions of what they saw, the scientists here are very eager to dig into, because it really is an unprecedented look at the surface of the moon. So much to learn, they say, from all of that. But this mission continues, Anderson, over the next 24 hours. You're going to see the Artemis 2 crew going through more tests and more demonstrations inside the capsule. One of those includes the radiation deployment system that helps protect them from radiation if there's some sort of solar event there that becomes rather treacherous. And there's also some manual piloting work that they will continue. And then they really prepare for that final day where they have to reconfigure that cabin, put the seats back in so they can get ready to return to Earth. It's just an incredible headline there. Space journalist Kristen Fisher. Kristen, what would you mind when you first saw it?
Ain't no goddamn. Well, see, the state, we paying for these motherfuckers, goddamn. They come out looking better than we do. Like, they look dirty, like. We come out goddamn looking good after about 20 years. Shit, man, what up? Get free medical, free dental, all that shit. I can't even get that. I'm a motherfucker
I mean, it has been such a joy to watch this.
Yeah, we're seeing the Earth behind. It's so awesome. They took, I think it was 10,000 photos during that flyby.
But you on the child, yeah, on the sun.
Well, a big part of this.
Yeah. Hey, what? Yeah. Well, I gotta get off, but I gotta get ready to jump on. I gotta start my show in a few minutes. But, okay. All right.
Yo.
Yeah. I really thought it was 10:05, but it's a little 10:07. Little 10:07. Let me scoop my mic over. Scoop my mic over.
It works.
Letting everybody know we are live. We are live. We are live. I know you all heard, and I did. Tank in the background. Shuffle. Doing his thing.
Ready to rock and roll.
Yes, indeed. And we are at another edition, the Tuesday, April 7th edition. Welcome to spring. Happy belated Easter to all of you. Of the No Jazz Show, NOJASS, your favorite Tuesday night network, TNN. Shout out to my boy Sid, because we had the Thursday night network. I just bit him a little bit. TNN. You know what I'm saying? TNN, CNN, and all that good stuff. We are welcoming you to the No Jazz Show live edition, and make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share. All the links should be up. We are live on YouTube at No Jazz Show, NOJASSSHOW. We are live. Well, we know we got a situation going on. We got a glitch. I had to say that. We got a glitch in Twitch.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got a glitch in Twitch. So we aren't live on Twitch tonight. I just saw that in the backroom production, but it's okay. Anybody that's on Twitch, make sure you join us live at the locker room. Excuse me. You follow that link on the locker room. We are live on the link in the Facebook page, No Jazz Show. We are live on my page, personal page, DUPONTZNIVEK. Live on that page. We are live with a link on RUSSELLTANKER, Russell Tanker's page. And every time when I announce his name, I just want to make sure y'all are always ready for me to introduce you to, of course, my right-hand man. On my right, on your left, on my left, on your right, however it is you looking at the screen.
One of them ways.
One of them ways, my main man, Tank. Tell the people hello, Tank.
What's going on, people? What's going on? How y'all doing on this Tuesday night? Nice to see we haven't been blown up yet.
Oh, man, come on, man.
Hey, man, hey. Got to deal in the real world. But I'm not going to go there yet.
Who got a military force larger than America or the United States? Because America is different from the United States. So I've been hearing on all these little podcasts and all these little shorts and all this education I've been getting on America, Nick Cannon and the Republicans versus the Democrats, all this stuff I've been hearing, So we're gonna pray that we are safe and nobody sends out any WMDs on us as we get to it and through it. And before we begin, as we always do about this time, we are going to send a direct shout out to all of our sponsors. That is Bliss Brazilian for all of your hair needs. BIL, excuse me. That's Bills. BLISS. Brazilian hair for all your hair care needs. And then if you get your hair fixed and you want to go get you some designer loungewear, make sure you go to the Quick Visits, QUIKVISITS.com. And once you get all that set up and get ready, once you go ahead and order that food from LYTESNACK, lightsnack.com for all of your food delivery needs, whether that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when you're ordering those items, make sure you order those Magic City Wings, who will, again, have a new location coming up May 1st. We're going to let you all know about that and where to order from. And, of course, our new sponsor, I guess the full name is Vault Aquatic Flowpay.com, and they are the host of the Plug Card, where all of your dinner, hosting, invite, all your needs can be placed on one functional card where all of your group of people can pay that one card and pay that one bill off at once without having the nightmare of getting that Cash App Brazil 2 or 3 weeks later from that person who's trying to get on your business.
Yeah,
All of those.
Or having to deal with 80 of y'all going out and only 7 people got money.
80 of y'all going out, 7 people got money. One person ordered one order and the other person ordered a lobster. We know how it goes. It goes. But tell me what I forgot, man, because I'm moving fast.
I think you hit everybody.
Think I hit everybody?
You hit everybody, yep.
I think I hit everybody. You know what? Check this out. Tank go from talking about he glad we're not here yet, and then he make punchlines like I think we hit everybody. For those of you who have not watched us before and you're a first-time watcher, that is just how Tank rolls. You know what I'm saying? He a comedian, didn't even know it. He a poet, didn't even know it. All these things, man. All of these things. But
some people might say I'm a regular Rafael De La Ghetto.
Oh boy. For the first time. First time on No Jazz Show, we have heard the name Rafael De La Ghetto. Oh, Tank, you got your tickets yet?
Depend on for what?
Oh, you're right. Michael Jackson.
Oh, I gotta go purchase those this week because it comes out on the 24th, and this is what I'm gonna do because I'm off on Fridays, and I don't want anybody around who's not in the mic. I don't want people in there talking. I don't want no 20-year-old in there running their mouth. I'm going in the morning on Friday. Hopefully, it'll just be me and the popcorn person. So I can watch it by myself. Yeah.
I'm going in the
morning. I don't have to deal with all that craziness.
You got your you wearing your Beat It or Thriller jacket from '83?
I had the hair, but that's kind of gone now.
Been a long time. Yeah, we had that episode on the curl. Mike Curl was actually wet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might look wet, but he was kind of wet. He was kind of. You know what? His was wet because when that fire hit it, just like Richard Pryor said, "Now that's a fire." Eddie Murphy said that. So one of them said that.
Eddie said it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though.
Oh yeah, tell me this. It's not a hit refresh moment just yet. I just want to know, since we're talking about the movie to a degree, the premiere of it. What songs you hope to hear from it?
I tell you one, I might have mentioned it last week, but I tell you one that I hope to hear, even though a lot of people probably haven't heard it because it's a snippet, but it's the last song he recorded called "Remember What I Told You." It's going around on TikTok.
Yeah, I did hear it after you said it. Yeah, I heard it after you said it.
Yeah, I would like to hear that when they roll the credits.
When they roll the credit.
Yeah.
You want it, my main man Maceo Hurd. Shout out to Mace. Welcome back to the Cowboys. He had a post asking which album was better, Off the Wall or Thriller. I'm just wondering what you.
I-
I said
For
off the
me,
wall.
yeah, I know people have their reasons for saying off the wall, and I get it. But for me, Thriller, I think Thriller because it had more no skips. I could listen to it. I think it had more no skips. It was only maybe one song on Thriller that you would skip. But Off the Wall had some that
So you skipped the
I
first
like,
song.
but
You skipped the first song on Thriller. The girl is the first
I
single.
like that one.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I like that.
All right.
Yeah.
It
I
wasn't
like
no
that.
Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
I didn't care for Baby Be Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care for that one.
You can ride it, but the
Yeah.
other one was just so good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I told Mace on his post, that guy and we talked about it last week, last show. Rob Temperton was in his bag,
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
On he was in both, he was on both albums.
Both, yeah.
But I think he was just really at his in his bag.
Yeah, and I think it was two different genres too. Thriller, Off the Wall was more disco and R&B.
Disco R&B.
And Thriller was more pop friendly.
He went to pop.
And really pop friendly for people who automatically say, oh, that's white music. No, pop just means it's popular. Well,
yeah, popular.
And it's not just one genre where you can just pigeonhole it. So I think that's what crossed him over into being the greatest to ever do it. I think that's what did.
Like I said, video killed a radio star. And it was the stars were aligned when MTV hits.
Yeah.
Like Jackson being the first on there. I just think the pop and the videos is really what separated Thriller. And like I told him, I just think if Off the Wall had the video and the Motown 25 behind it in some way, form, or fashion, it would have sold through the roof too.
It would have really been something because the genre that it was in for it to, because there's really not too many R&B caliber albums that get crossover into pop like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like Thriller was R&B.
Yeah, but it had like a pop feel to it also. It was
Dangerous was more R&B than Thriller though.
Yeah,
like Thriller and Bad was pop. Yeah.
And I think that now, speaking of Mike, what do you think was his best vocal performance? And not just solo stuff, but everything that he done from ABC up until Invincible or whatnot. The song that you think he
like young Mike and the old Mike, best solo performance.
Just if you had to pick one that was like just something special that you would have to, he's got a lot of, but the one that you would say, man, if you want to know what Mike was all about, listen to the vocals on this one.
Man, he had all them. He was like a master of 16 tracks. You just hear everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's not just solo stuff. So you can look into delve into some other records also.
Off the top of my head, man, I might have to go Man in the Mirror.
Okay.
I might have to go Man in the Mirror. Impactful. It was ballad. That was his social song. That's the song I'm gonna put him up there with the Sam Cooks and the Marvin Gaye. If he had to say which one it is, James Brown, I'm Black and I'm Proud. The song that.
So you taking it that way? Okay.
If I'm embodying all that with a great vocal performance,
I got one for you that I think
unintended. It's starting with the Man in the Mirror.
Okay. Mine, as far as vocal performance, and it's debatable because he's got so many. It's not like he
got a lot. He has.
It's not like, man, he was kind of off on this song. man, and this is with the Jacksons, but he's the only person performing on backing vocals, everything. This Place Hotel, Heartbreak Hotel,
Yeah.
all of that is Mike. All of that is Mike. It's nobody else. It's him and Tito on the guitar.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Now, and a lot of people probably in the chat gonna be like, "I'll be there," but that was him and Jermaine. Was that Jermaine backed him?
Yeah.
With at the bridge.
Yeah.
I like
mean,
that
it doesn't have to be a solo. It can be anything that he did. But yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
I'll be there. But I still got Man in the Mirror.
Okay.
You know, yeah. I'm gonna ride that out. I'm gonna ride that out.
But your question original was what song do I hope to hear? Man, that's tough. I think I want to. You know what's gonna happen, but I think because it rocketed him to superstardom, I want to see how they do Billie Jean. I want to see the whole everything. I want to hear that.
Right.
To this day, if you hear doom 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 doom, if you are a certain age and you hear that, you can't help but to start doing. You can't help but to see it, and you can't help but to do it.
See, we stand on Mike a long time now. Now. Intro. There was a post, and we might have to do this. When you hear the intro, no words. You hear that intro, and it's just not Michael song, but a lot of people. But I'm just saying, for Michael, you know this song, and Rock With You, the snares, it just kick, and I think that's what I want. We live Thriller.
Yeah,
we live Thriller. We done live Thriller back and forth, in and out. Maybe they can give us some things that we don't know from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Hopefully that happens.
Yeah, but on the charts for over 2 years.
Exactly. I really want to. I hope they dive into leaving Motown, doing Off the Wall, his first solo project. Him and Quincy, getting together. I want to dive into, what that. I hope they dive into. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And I know Fuqua is a genius.
Yeah.
I hope they dive into that a little bit more, just to kind of see was he scared? Was he? Where was he? Because I know after Off the Wall, he got confidence.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to see where he was without looking back and my brother's on him.
Right. And I want to see because the thing about it, it's a movie about him. It's not a biopic. I think people have to keep those separated because they showed this in Jackson's American Dream. Why didn't they do this? But it's a movie about him. It's not a biopic. So so the angle that he takes is going to be a little different. But I think listen to Jafar's interview and everything. I think he's going to capture the magic that was Michael. Or shoot, you really got to say the magic that is him, because
the magic that is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was so magical. Mickey Mouse said, "Hey, I'll bring some of that over him."
Yeah.
Now, speaking of magical moments, we're gonna switch to one shining moment, and we are going to congratulate the Michigan Wolverines men's basketball team. And also congratulate the UCLA women's basketball team for their 2026 national championship wins. UCLA's first as far as the women, and I think Michigan been the bridesmaid for a little while, but they were the bride in 1989. It's been some 24, 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
So since they won. And that was actually pretty good. College basketball is definitely different from the pros. 40% shooting by both teams. You saw some defense. Definitely 2 halves of basketball.
Yeah.
Played.
Quick question about UCLA and USC.
Go ahead.
Do you think USC left it all on the court against UConn and just wasn't able to get back up, or do you think they were just beaten soundly by a much better team?
You mean USC as the University of South Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when you say UCLA, USC, you
Yeah.
know, all the viewers in California think you're talking about
Yeah.
you're talking about the Southern team. They put it on them. They put it on them, and it was the unfortunate situation that everybody was talking about between Coach Auriemma, Gino Auriemma, and Coach Don Staley. But that's neither here nor there. That's not your question. I think you know what's funny? I think that game, even though they beat them like that, I think that game was tough because I don't think they had anything left for the championship.
Yeah.
I think UCLA, they couldn't hang with what UCLA was bringing, so maybe that UConn game was
the championship.
Yeah, it was their championship, and it was a little tougher than they thought. She puts out for Coach Don Staley. I think she's still on the verge of what you said is, I think it was last episode in regards to her Mount Rushmore, being on the Mount Rushmore of coaches, doesn't have 100 wins. And then it's just one of those things, man. 100 career wins. It's one of those things where sports is like, Dusty May said it, man. He said, we got like 48 hours to celebrate this game before you all are looking at me like, what have you done for me lately?
Right. What you gonna do next? Yeah, it's fleeting. I mean, you win it and it's great, and after that, it's like, all right, we already did it. Now what are we gonna do going forward? You can't rest on your laurels. You can't, and it's not a thing of, hey, we defending champs. Well, hey, this every year, it's not the same team as it was last year. Somebody's gone, somebody new is on it's starting, somebody else is gone. So hey, you starting all over. That like they say, that title, hey, it's great, but it's in the past. It can't do nothing for you today or tomorrow.
Yep. And look at what little shameless plug for North Carolina Tar Heels. They went outside of the family and hired Mike Malone, I think that's his name, of the Denver Nuggets, assistant coach, to be the North Carolina head coach because of the new trend in basketball with NIL and you're switching players in and out. Unlike, grooming players from freshmen to now, you can start because the senior, whoever, is not in front of you anymore. Because he's used to the NBA style of the domino, plug and play
turnover. Yeah,
the turnover, the high turnover rate, in NCAA basketball, and actually all of college sport. Well, the two major ones, that's going on. We got to check baseball out. I wonder if they're suffering from that. But nevertheless, that's why they hire him. So, these are the things that happen in this new era of 25-year-olds playing money ball.
Yeah, it's still crazy to me.
Still
crazy because, and it's one of those things. Because a lot of times people say, well, when if you get older, you start talking about the way things used to be, and now it's changing. You got to change with the times. But at the same time, you still look at it and say, okay, at the age of 23, at the oldest, is when you should be finished with your collegiate career, as opposed to 25, 26, and 27.
Hanging out.
Yeah. And I want to see if it's going to happen, if we're going to start seeing guys with 6 and 7, 8 years of eligibility to play basketball.
Well, like we said, COVID gonna change that to a degree when you start getting at 6 and 7. I think that's why COVID. But I think medical red shirts still may have you lingering around in 5 and 6 years.
Yeah, because remember, you can play your 4 years, then you can go to grad school and you're eligible for another year as well. So you know, you got guys who will go and get their 5 years, and sometimes I don't know. And I think with the NIL, that money is getting what guys will decide not to leave and will try to do whatever they can to stay by hook or crook, to stay for another year and get that check if they're getting paid, well compensated already.
I got a question. Once you turn professional in any sport, do you lose amateur status in the sport you didn't play?
Nope, because you can remember, because I don't think they've changed. Remember, Chris Winkie played professional baseball for years and came back to Florida State and played football.
Right.
Yeah, and he was a professional. And Dion was playing professional baseball when he was at Florida State. Man, maybe that's a Florida State thing. But when he was playing at Florida State, he was in the
it's a Miami thing too. Kenny Kelly.
Yeah, yeah. So you know, he was playing. He was in their farm program, but he was a professional. But he was still playing corner for the Noles. So you can go pro in one sport, but still be an amateur in another, which really is crazy to me because hey, either you're getting paid to play or you're not. But with NIL, it really cancels that out if you're one of the people who's fortunate enough to be getting NIL money or getting substantial NIL money.
Name, image, likeness, right? And we're gonna get on NIL, but we just kind of hit into this with the question that I just proposed. I'm throwing out names: Julius Peppers, Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez. Who else? That would have been going back to football. Jimmy Graham.
Graham.
You could have played like you establish a pro name. And you know, name, image, and likeness is you're good. We can market you. So your marketability coinciding with your playing skills can get you money. So if the new generation of Antonio Gates, Jimmy Graham say, okay, I'm going to run this professional football thing for a little while, and I'm still a grown man. I'm about to go out here and play with some little kids. Grown man strength. I'm about to ball out for 2 years on some NIL and get paid for it. See, it's different now. You're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
You know, and you might make a decision, say, hey, you know what? Free agency is not treating me like I want to be treated. Julius Pepper, let me run on back here to North Carolina and get on the squad. You know, give me some NIL money. You know, become marketable and, you know, like
that would, you're still eligible. You still have eligibility left.
You know, I didn't know Carson Palmer ball like that out of California.
Yeah.
You know,
you can. I mean, they again, like we always say, they've got to put something in there to stop certain things, stop loopholes. Because you're right, somebody can decide to do that. Say, hey man, this thing ain't working for me. I got 2 years of eligibility.
I'm still on the practice squad. I'm still on the special teams. Or like I said, free agency just not treat me right.
Yeah, I want to go back to college and get my degree. Wink, wink, and play ball while I'm at it. Hey, I played football. I didn't, I was recruited to play basketball also. I never played basketball for you. Let me go help you. Let me go and help the Wolverines win another championship. What is there anything in place to prevent that? Or is it there's nothing in place, but hey, you got to go to court now because somebody's gonna fight it and start and say, hey, you opening up the floodgates for that. And
somebody would try it and then fight it before somebody would disagree with it and fight it.
Yeah. I would not be surprised to see someone do that. Maybe maybe they've only been in whatever league 1 or 2 years, but it's not progressing the way they thought. So they go back because they always say, hey, you can always go back and get your degree. Well, I can go back and get my degree, and I got 2 years of eligibility left. Hey, can I play?
Remember the outlet was your favorite US. Well, that wasn't an outlet then, but Canada. You know, and then your Impact Star was good in Canada amongst that competition. But NIL money could probably pay you more than going to play football in Canada if you can go back and play basketball or whatever sport you doubled in.
Yeah.
In college with the eligibility, you know, to play. That's very interesting.
And somebody who would have been a candidate for that if it was now, Ronald Curry.
Woo!
He was Mr. North Carolina in basketball and football in high school. And his high school career, that if you read his accolades, it looks like somebody made it up.
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine him? Hey man, they didn't let me play quarterback in the NFL. They moved me to receiver.
Yeah, let me go back over here back in North Carolina. 2 years.
Hey, I'm gonna go back and play ball. I'm gonna go back to school and play basketball. Anything out there that's keeping you from doing so right now? Not okay.
Charlie Ward probably would have lost his status because he played both, but Allen Iverson, even though the trouble is what got him to Georgetown, if he would have had his way, he would have been playing football.
Mm-hmm.
He could have. Now his NIL would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Going back to Georgetown or something like that.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see when it actually happens, when somebody challenges it.
Somebody is watching.
Somebody's going to do it.
Somebody is watching the No Jazz show. Let me tell y'all something about this show. We make wheels turn. You know, we make wheels turn. And there's a lot of segments on the 30 episodes or so we've done. Just go check us out on YouTube. Go check us out. Go look at all those segments. We've said some things. And we want our kickback. Because this is probably the first time somebody's thought about it. And I just want to make sure y'all know.
I want to see who's going to do it.
Who's going to do it? Because it's real out here. They're giving out millions. Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely giving out millions. And I'm going to tell you somebody else that wants some millions and he's sitting out. Dexter Lawrence. Yeah, the side by side. Dexter Lawrence, New York Giants. He's defensive tackle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was he holding out for his bread. Had that
he wants to be traded.
You know what? I don't want to say nothing, man. But I don't think he has money.
Yeah, I don't.
Shout out to Kenny Clark, but I'm just saying. I put him beside Quentin.
Yeah. He wants his money. He wants to get out of there, and he not just money. He wants to go somewhere where he thinks he's gonna win. And I guess he's like, he's 28. Yeah, so he's like 28. So I guess he figures, hey, I don't know how long it's gonna take before Jackson Dart develops into an elite quarterback and what's gonna happen. But they've got a good nucleus on offense, good trio with, potentially with Neighbors if he's healthy. Damn, Neighbors coming off injury, Scatterbo coming off injury, and Dart coming off
injury. They're young,
and Dart coming off injury.
But
that's
Dart coming off injury.
But I think he's ready to win now, and he's probably looking at it saying, "Hey, I don't know. I'm 28. I don't know if I got more than 3 years left." But I don't know. I don't think they're going to trade him. Harbaugh's not going to trade him.
Yeah, I don't think he.
And
go give him a good trade,
right? And how good is Lawrence if you pick him up, and if you don't have a very good to dominant DN playing there, or another D tackle playing next to him, depending on what defense you're running. Is he worth going out and trading, because he was a former first round pick? So is he worth giving up a second, a first, or a second, or 2 twos, or one and a player? Is he worth that? And if so, what team is he worth that to?
What's the young man from Penn State that was the first pick?
Yeah, exactly. I want to say Amir Gibbs, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah, that's that. Is you mixing Jahmyr Gibbs with but he's something like that.
Yeah.
If I'll be over there trying to negotiate with, because that's gonna impact him.
Yeah. Like,
I need
you up front to tie up some people.
Yeah, I need you to tie up some people for me. So yeah, he might want to.
Yeah, so I don't know. He wants to go somewhere and win, and he might remember. Myles Garrett said he wanted to go somewhere and win too, and they said, "Hey man, he got this 40-something million a year. You want to stay? Yeah, I can stay. I think I can hang with y'all for a little while."
Right.
Yeah, like Eddie Murphy did in Trading Places. Yeah, I think I can hang with you guys for a little while. They gave that money, so money for these players, hell, for most people, it changes how you feel about certain things that you say that you're tired of. If they tell Lawrence, hey, what if we give you 30 a year? Okay, I think I can deal with the Giants for a couple more years.
That New York cold get a little warmer.
Yeah.
30 million. Most definitely.
Yeah. But what do you think he could wind up? Where do you think he would be a good fit, and you would actually see his impact if he was traded somewhere?
Well, the defensive tackle, since football has progressed, it's not as fancy a position, and I think he plays more traditional.
Yeah, DT. he's not a high sack guy at all.
Not a high sack guy. So and that's what I want. So I think Green Bay would consider it, looking at all those pass rushers they have, and the situation they got going on, losing people, and they want those pass rushers to be impactful. I am NFC East is known for like trading within their circles. I don't know who Washington has, but I think I'm trying to think. Houston.
Houston's got two monsters getting out the quarterback from that line also.
But I'm saying, do they have the 2 months DT? Like I know they have those pass rushers.
Yeah, that would ease some space up. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm trying to think about. The Raiders didn't get rid of Crosby, so
that would help Crosby. Anything is an upgrade with the Raiders.
Anything is an upgrade with the Raiders. Myles Garrett, 30 years old. That's he got a young boy helping him, but another veteran could advance him to a degree.
Yeah, but you also got to keep in mind him being traded is also predicated as far as him is wanting to go somewhere to win.
Yeah,
trading him to the Raiders is basically saying, "Hey, we're sending you to Siberia. Well, we can send you to the Jets. You sending me to Siberia. I want to go somewhere where I can at least sniff the playoffs." So we're looking at playoff caliber teams, and I don't think that anybody in there might not be too many teams in the NFC that are playoff contenders who the Giants would be willing to trade him to, because you have to turn around and have to play against him.
So he look like he needs to be one hit away from being impactful for somebody to the right or the left of him, and on his way to a championship.
Yeah, I think for him it would just be, well, obviously the championship. I think for him being with the Giants all these years, just getting to the playoffs would be like, whew, I finally get to play more than 17 regular season games.
See,
Yeah,
I was gonna say them Cowboy, but we kind of straight, so I just don't think we're looking his way. I don't think we're looking his way. But getting rid of Osa, it's a spot. It's a spot. So, now speaking of the Raiders, let's get to it, man. Projected first overall pick, Mendoza has decided he is not going to. Where's the draft at this year?
Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh. He is not coming to the televised broadcast to be present for the NFL draft. So if he is the number one pick by the Raiders, we will get that via satellite from his home. Do we? Wait a minute. With FaceTime and all that stuff going on, do we still say via satellite? You know what I mean?
I hadn't heard via satellite in forever. Yeah. Now it's just, hey, we got we on WebEx, we on.
Yeah, we on WebEx,
you know
what I'm saying?
FaceTime,
Teams.
we on something.
Yeah. But nevertheless, that's where he's going to do it. And what do you think about the impact of, him being the projected number one pick, and the projected number one pick doesn't get to physically shake the hand of the commissioner, when he rings that bell for the Raiders, and the Raiders make their choice? How do you feel about that?
I don't know. Some people say, are you stuck in tradition? But I'm sorry. I'm the first overall pick. So I'm going in the first 15, 16 picks. I'm projected to go. I got to be that. I want to hear my name called. I want to walk across the stage. I want y'all to take those 30 seconds to put a number one jersey with my name on it for that team and hand it to me when I'm out there. I want to be able to soak it all in and get the whole experience. And I understand, hey, I want to be with my family and this, that, and the other. You're the first overall pick. I think you can afford to bring out mom, dad, sisters, and brother, and if you got a girlfriend, bring her out. I mean, I really don't need all the aunts, uncles, cousins, and everybody I hung around, all that, because, hey, let's face it, all those people who are around you right then and there, happy for this, that, and the other, they also trying to figure out how much money they're going to get from you. Because I shared that moment with you. I know you're going to give me something. Hey, I just need these couple of people with me. Hey, congratulations. That's who y'all helped me. I appreciate it. I'm glad I can share this moment with y'all. And hey, when I get back home, hey, we're gonna have a little party. But yeah, I prefer to me personally, I would prefer to be in the room. Yeah, maybe that's tradition or whatnot, but to me, it just, I don't know. It's like you got the greatest job interview, the greatest job offer of your young life. That's the first one you get. I would like to be there to say, hey, yes, even though the GM is not going to be in New York, because as soon as they call your name and you do all your pumping circumstance, either at home or in Pittsburgh, yeah, you got to go. They say, all right, you don't make a fuss. Yeah, don't make a fuss, but go grab you some clean draws and get out the house, and you flying here because you need to be here in the next 2 hours.
Right, truck outside.
Yeah.
Do you think the NFL itself, like I haven't heard any more buzz about anyone else possibly going number one. But you think the NFL wears a chip on their shoulder to the point where, oh, okay, so if you want to act like that, we'll just have you tumble down.
No, I don't think so. Especially
Yeah,
for
the
the
Raiders,
number.
the Raiders, the
Heck,
Raiders.
no, the Raiders be like
He might
tumble
be, you know
hell.
what else too? You know what else too? He might be trying to negotiate himself an appearance fee. An appearance fee. All right, man, we'll get it. We got $1 million in the briefcase.
Yeah.
Come on to the show.
Yeah, I just think that it looks good also for when they call your name for you to be there. I just think it does. It's all for me. It's the equivalent of you just graduated from college and you decide you're not gonna go to hear your name called and get your diploma. You just tell them to mail it to the house.
You know what, man? When I graduated
mail it
from
to the house.
college,
I don't really want to go.
when I graduated from college, man, if I would have had me like $100,000 job waiting on me, I'm not going to graduation. I'm going to. I mean, if it would have been in a good city, just being realistic about like working class 9 to 5 guy.
Yeah.
Man, what?
Yeah, if they, that's different. But for a job that the pay, if you handle it right, is going to set you up to be in a good position for the rest of your life.
But you know why he talking like that? Because he got the money. NIL. He has the money and the stardom and the riches and the fame of it. It's probably nothing to him now. What is this?
Yeah, and because he's not in a position where he has to wonder, man, what if I go number one? What if I go in the first 5? What if I tumble down to the late 20s? Or what if I tumble out a little into the second round? What if I have to have an Aaron Rodgers experience? What if I have a Geno Smith experience? What if that's not something he has to worry about. I think for some guys they do wonder about it, man. What if I don't go where the pundits say I'm going? I don't want to be on TV embarrassed, looking crazy.
Sitting there, right. Man, let me tell you, man, that is. And it's not about Mendoza at this point in time, as much as it is, like I say with all this types of stuff. It's the guys who come behind it saying, "Oh, I'd rather do it like that."
Yeah.
Like I like what Deion did, but he's not a quarterback. See that, and that's another number 1 pick quarterback. It's just like there's a thing.
Yeah, there's certain things you look for and expect out of your quarterback.
Right.
And I mean, so far, at least since he's coming to the public eye being in Indiana, because nobody really knew much about him at Cal those previous 3 years. So, but it's what we've seen from him at Indiana. There's nothing not to like from his persona. I'm not talking about him as a player, but I'm talking about his persona, everything you see off the field, anything that's not him with the ball in his hand. There's nothing not to like. I mean, he's almost, to be honest, with it's not as high strung, but he's almost like another Tebow.
Yeah. That's why him even saying he's going to do this sounds out of the ordinary from what we have seen.
Yeah.
Of what he's given us, But nevertheless, moving along, Angel Reese is coming to the A. And
A-Town up.
Peace up. What? You know what, man? Where Ludacris at? We gonna have, boy, hey. Last week it was Dominique and the basketball boys because you just so football. And now you talking about A-Town up. Hey, man.
Hey,
I'm
born and raised, man.
but it's piece up A-Town down. Do we have to play? Yeah.
Look, man.
Well, you've been out west too long,
Again.
boy.
Hey, I've been gone 10 years. What
You've been gone, boy.
I think that it's just curious to me as far as what they did as far as trading her as a 7th overall pick after only 2 seasons, and she was an all-star both years. It's like, okay, why would it would make you wonder why would they trade her? Atlanta's happy to get her for the culture, really, but
yeah,
but and I think her personality is gonna fit in well with the city. Now, how she performs, I don't know, but
she is who she is as a player.
Yeah. So if she gonna because they gave up 2 first-round picks for her, and
I know
I want to say a second. So yeah, they gave up somebody in this year. They gave up 2 first-round picks. So it's not like they got a lot of rounds in basketball. So is she the missing piece for them, or is she gonna be a good draw? Because boy, look, and the tickets for her game against Chicago was up to $600 already.
Oh, you said the magic word. I don't even have to speak on it. Draw. It's a draw. Hey, she plays basketball, but I just think this is the WNBA's version of let's get our faces in better markets.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it is, And you're right. She's a draw. Let's compete with that Caitlin Clark ticket.
Yeah, because she's definitely a draw. Definitely a draw. And in Chocolate City, she's gonna be an even bigger draw. And plus, she starts showing up at Hawks games. People gonna go crazy wanting to see her out and about. And there's a lot of opportunity in Atlanta for her. If she's great, there's a whole lot of opportunity. If she's pretty good or she's good, there's still a lot of opportunity there. I mean, so, and it's cheaper and beyond. It's cheaper living in Atlanta than in Chicago.
Cheaper living in Atlanta than Chicago. Also, the draw of young ladies who, in that area, who would want to see someone who could be, their idol of sorts as far as sports is concerned in Atlanta. That would be good for them because I'm sure, is it the Dream?
Yeah.
They wouldn't try to have a Magic City Monday from a WNBA.
Right.
Because you want your young ladies to look at things a little different. Nothing against Atlanta culture and what Magic City means and all that stuff, but we know what happened.
Yeah.
But that could be that thing.
Yeah, and tell her to whatever she does, tell her to stay out of Piedmont Park and to stay away from Lennox.
She's not gonna do that. Well, and then
she's not gonna do that.
She's not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Lennox and Strip, she's not gonna do that. Speaking of Piedmont Park, 404 weekend went down, and boy, I'm here to tell you, man, shout out to all the kids. They showed up for the 404 weekend. The issue was, what are they calling them? YNs?
Yeah.
And YNs in that heat, boy. Y'all got to stop doing that, man. These are family functions. But that's a whole nother story. That might be something I said at the end of it.
We didn't have those issues at Freaknik in its height.
Sure didn't. But that's a whole nother segment. Now, now that we've reached the top of the hour, I just want to make sure everyone knows that we are currently live on Facebook on my personal page, DUPONTZNIVEK on on RUSSELLTANKER Russell Tanker's page. On the link, we are live at the link on the No Jazz Show page on Facebook. Make sure you all join that page in the friends group, and we are on the Phantom page at No Jazz Show, and we are live on YouTube, live on TikTok, live excuse me, on Riverside.fm, all NOJASSSHOW. Going into the next topic. I should have talked about Cousins when we were talking about the Raiders. But let's talk about him. The Magic, man, the term Cousins make dozens has a new meaning, bro. I mean, Buddy just be finding a way. His agent,
Yeah,
that's the
it's
man.
got to be studied. It's got to be studied.
It has to be studied. I said before, the agent got some film on everybody in the Epstein files, because I'm telling you, bro, he keep getting signed some kind of way. And it's not to say Cousins is sorry. By no means. He's just
he is arguably the best mediocre quarterback in NFL history.
In NFL history. Who would have thought we were still mentioning Kirk Cousins' name in 2026 in relevant topics and not that pertain to actual football and not RG3
and Andrew Luck. I mean, you Luck
and Andrew Luck, same draft, absolutely, and Andrew Luck.
I give them this. I know players, they don't like the franchise tag because it's 1 year and that money is fully guaranteed, but they talk about they want long-term security, they want a long-term deal. Kirk Cousins played it right when Washington franchised him. If Kirk was like, okay, go ahead and franchise him, that means I'm finna get a bump in salary, and I got 20 at that time, it's like 20-some million for this year. They franchised him 3 straight years. So each year he got a big bump in, he got a good bump in salary. So when he went to Minnesota, they had to pay him on scale for what he made in his last year as a franchise tag player. And this contract was fully guaranteed. It was $88 million fully guaranteed, which was crazy. $88 million for him, $88 million for a quarterback, $88 million guaranteed, and it's been stacking since. I mean, hey man, you can't hate him. You can't hate him for it. My thing is, he's a.
I need to look at something right quick. You keep going.
He's made the 4th highest amount in the NFL in history of anybody. He's a 4th highest paid player in NFL history. No, only 3 other players have made more money in the NFL over the course of a career than Kirk Cousins.
Man,
and he's got one playoff berth.
You know what I got to say about that? Sam Bradford and Kirk Cousins. They robbed. Well, I ain't gonna say Kirk Cousins robbed. I know Sam Bradford robbed him. But my point is, shout out to you because you my boy. You looked out for me in Tallahassee as a youth. Charlie Ward, they just didn't like you, man. Like they just like you should have just been. If they didn't like you that much, you still should have been 2nd round and just been chilling in the NFL.
Yeah, but the story is because he wouldn't commit to saying, "Hey, I want to play football."
Oh my
God. That's the story that it's out that that's why he wasn't drafted, because he didn't say, yeah, I want to play football. And he would have, I mean, if he had, we say this about a lot of guys, but if he was in today's game, it would have been a little different.
I know.
It would have been a little different.
Still only like, well, that's 6. He's 6 years. 6 years. 6 years prior to Vic.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's pretty long.
Yeah. But Cousins. My thing with Cousins is this. I think they got him because they wanted a veteran quarterback. They wanted a veteran. He knows the system because he played under him, so he knows the system. And hopefully he's willing to help mentor Mendoza when he's there to let him bounce questions off of him. Because, hey, I know you work with coach, you know the system, you played in it. I can ask you questions that maybe I couldn't ask the coach because you've actually had to do it, as opposed to just being the person who drew it up. And what do you think if he winds up being the starter? If you think to start, at least to start the season off, or if he winds up starting the entire season, is that good for Mendoza, bad for Mendoza? Was it good for the Raiders or bad for the Raiders?
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. It all depends on Genty. If Genty can have a comeback year, well, a better second year. I'm not going to call it a comeback. That was his rookie year. If he can have a better second year, a good running back can help a veteran quarterback tremendously. He helps a veteran quarterback more than he helps a rookie quarterback, but they still help rookie quarterbacks along. So first 8-9 games, if Mendoza is progressing in practice and Cousins is starting and Genty is doing his thing, they could be looking at something special moving ahead. E.g., shameless again, what I think should have happened in kind of a reverse situation with injury, when Romo came back, or was scheduled to come back, if he would have been with that prime Zeke, for the remainder of the year, and then saw what Dak was doing, maybe by 9th, 10th game, or even maybe the first game of the season, following season, Dak's progression would have been faster than it has been, and it would have been during Zeke's prime. So that's what I believe. I believe Genty is the catalyst for everything that you're talking about. How well he plays could do a lot for a veteran QB and a QB in waiting. That's a Heisman Trophy winner and a national champion. So the lights and all of that is nothing to him. I'm not worried about that. He just need to worry about his skill set.
Yeah, and I also think that, well, for both of them, obviously for Kirk, because if he's a starter, but Genty will be key for both of them, whoever's under center, but also a healthy Brock Bowers is going to be key for your quarterback, particularly in the passing game, regardless of who's under center, but especially for Mendoza. I think having Brock Bowers healthy, out there running routes, snagging those balls like he does, I think that's going to help accelerate Mendoza's progress.
I think they're picking, and I'm almost certain they're going to pick up a receiver.
Yeah.
Late rounds. They're just gonna get them a little fast guy, and hopefully Brock comes along and just be their, receiver that they can depend on You know,
Yeah, because Genty, if he develops the way that everyone expects him to, if he has a line, you got Genty, you got Bowers, and eventually they're gonna wind up with a receiver.
yeah,
Those are three weapons that can cause problems.
it can cause
Especially
problems.
if your quarterback he knows how to utilize them and can stay upright. I think Cousins is gonna start unless somehow Mendoza's showing something special during the preseason and during training camp because that line they have sucks, and I don't think they want to see him
You don't
get
want to
beat up.
expose him to that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, they want him beat the hell up in the first 8 weeks and then wind up with David Carr, with Jeff George syndrome, where you gun shy because you got beat up as a rookie.
got beat up so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the Patrick Mahomes, Chargers, QB, Herbert, Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm. Hurts, he's sat. Hurts sat for a while.
Yeah, I think shoot, Kirk Cousins could come in and be the second best QB.
Oh, to in the division. Yeah.
In the division.
Yeah. If he's healthy.
And I was going to see, but no, they picked up the Seahawks guy. And the Chargers do have a nice little running back. And the Broncos got a nice little running back. The AFC West gonna have. I'm gonna check out AFC West rushing yards. That's gonna be something interesting to watch. I think they're going to be running that ball this season.
Yeah, and I think Nix is gonna be unleashed a lot more this year also.
Unleash him. Oh yeah, they're gonna unleash him.
Yeah,
I do see that. And I'm staying in Atlanta to a degree. Kyle Pitts has signed the franchise tag. What do you think about that?
It tells me that he wants to be in Atlanta because I think he might have been people who would be interested in him because last year when they started utilizing him, you started seeing that, okay, I think I can see why he was a first round pick. And I think they want to see him. It's a new coach, so they're going to want to see what he does with the full season. And I'm sure they're going to utilize and feature him more than he has been before. And if he puts up 1,000 yards, gives you 8 touchdowns, I think then they're going to say, Kyle, here's a 4 or 5 year, here's a 4-year deal. We want you long term.
I think he likes the NFC South too. I think he likes NFC South football.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. If he does what they want him to do this year, I think he's gonna be there long to get a 4-year deal and a nice size contract. And it shows commitment or being wanted that he's wanted by the Falcons. And it also shows the Falcons, hey, I want to be here, because he could hold out and say, no, I'm not signing that unless y'all give me a long-term deal now or y'all let me go. So
I don't be surprised. He could. It's just his impact doesn't have holdout.
yeah. You know, I mean, he be over his skis, but he could. He could potentially do it. But his agent probably told him, look, Kyle,
that might not be a good idea, bro.
I'm gonna be real with you. Sign that franchise tag.
Yeah.
Ball out, and then we can get the real long-term money.
Yeah.
Next year, because up to now, you ain't done enough to do that. You might the free agent market or the people wanting to trade for you, that might not be what you thinking it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You could wind up with the damn Jets.
Calm down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sign a franchise tag, run on over there to American Deli, get you some wings, and let me handle the rest.
Yeah.
That's what I say about him. For the most part. Moving on to basketball, and we're not going to talk about the Memphis Hotels. I'm gonna let it go. But as far as the NBA is concerned, I think LeBron probably has about 2 real good years left in him. And what I mean by that is if he hasn't decided to retire and hasn't made an announcement, he's going to probably more than likely do a walk.
Mhm.
And if he hadn't made an announcement, that means he's going to try to make the full year again, then make the announcement, and then get his walk. So I'm going to say 2.
Mhm.
So that's just my guesstimate. Who do you think is the next
Excuse me.
of the NBA, and have they established it once LeBron retires? Who do you think is the next face?
I know from a Atlanta standpoint, a lot of people probably thought that the big deal was going to be, but he's gone now. They traded him. A lot of people thought Trae Young might have been somebody who you could market out there, but to me, from the outside looking in, looking way out, I haven't heard or seen a whole bunch of talk about any young guys who are like, man, he could be the next big thing. It's like they're all guys who've been around for a good while. I can't recall hearing anyone in the conversations or seeing posts or anything about the next guy up. And if they don't have a next guy up, that's a problem for the league. Because whose jersey or whose shoes do you think that you just need to grow out and get now? Because he's gonna be something.
I'm gonna take this current rookie class out of the equation because they were hyped up and they were giving them the they were saying that they were going to be better than 1984. This is 1984 draft class, 1996 and 2003. Those are the tops that all had the names, that became, that's your Jordan, that's your Kobe and AI, and that's your LeBron, Carmelo Wade. You know what I'm saying? The next regime. Yeah. Those are those names. Now there were some guys in the middle of that, but they held their ground and they stayed years. Though a lot of those guys, I only believe one projected in the top 5 made it out of the Sweet 16 this year. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. I think that's it. So I took them off the board.
Mm-hmm.
They may do something, but you couldn't even get the thing going in college to make us, fall in love with you there. So then my next point, to your point or question, is the NBA, as global as it wants to be, it's still basketball. Basketball, the sport of basketball, is an American-made sport. The NBA is an American sport. I think the NBA might be the only American sport from an American league from an American invented sport. Then spawned from nowhere else. So I think the NBA has always, they're looking at this whole European movement because all of the stars come from somewhere else.
Mhm.
Right. So the name that you definitely know will be SGA, Shai Gilgeous Alexander, and Wembanyama, most definitely for a face. But the desire from an American sport, having all that I said, is I believe they hope Cooper Flag comes along. I think they hope Cooper Flag. He's in the right market, comes along, and becomes that face. I think that is something that they would have a very high desire of doing. Ant-Man, I think they want him to come around a little bit. Marketability wise, he might hit a growth spurt up here, and it connects.
Because he's got some other stuff going on that kind of negates that. Say, okay, we don't want you out there like that.
You can always be that volatile face that we gotta always fix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our publicists always got to deal with, something you did. So
yeah, because I think if he didn't have all the issues, Ja Morant, but he done all them.
It's hard to
mess himself up with it,
and we are, because the NBA definitely, they have accepted, and this is nothing against Bubba Chuck. The NBA bent a little because Allen Iverson was just something that you couldn't, Allen Iverson was something you couldn't stop. It was a force you couldn't stop. He had to be branded. He had to be a face of the NBA. It was just, he was what he was. Nevertheless, even during that time, if they could have had their way, it was going to be Grant Hill. We want to market Grant Hill. We want to market Kobe before his incidents. They just were politically correct.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. LeBron, for all that he does, he's still politically correct. He's still a great ambassador family man.
Yeah.
It's the game and how people look at the game and all the Jordan arguments that make you have this disdain for LeBron. But as far as his image is concerned,
there's nothing off the field that you can say anything about LeBron.
He's what you desire.
Negative. Yeah.
Exactly. And he was so much of a force till even when they wanted Carmelo in there, because they like to do it in twos. Even when they wanted Carmelo in there and he wasn't just giving them what they wanted, it was fine. LeBron was just that deal. So I think, like I said, if Ant-Man can pull a Harry Houdini, switch that thing up, but right now they would really like Cooper Flag over the Europeans.
Yeah.
So I think those would be your next ones.
Yeah, because if they don't have a next one, you're gonna have to look at the quality of the game and say, okay, is the game itself enough to carry this thing? Or do we have to basically manufacture somebody that you're gonna have to see, that you're gonna want to see, somebody who becomes must-see basketball, must-see TV.
Right. Remember the storm of all that stuff is taking effect too, because what do they say? Rising tide
lifts all ships.
Mm-hmm. As Jordan's tide was rising,
the NBA was.
So was Nike.
Mm-hmm.
So was the sneaker industry outside of the basketball shoe industry. Now you look at it now, you know, since LeBron been holding down that fort, Nike stock has plummeted tremendously. Still in an American traditional shoe, but when you see Nike down, it makes you go look at the stocks of the other tennis shoe companies. You know, and Adidas is probably getting more of its interest from international soccer, football, track than it is football.
What?
Definitely not basketball.
Yeah.
You win it, man.
Speaking of which, yeah, mentioning shoes, sneakers, what's a brand that you would like to see make a comeback, or a brand that you still wear or would wear today, even though they aren't in the forefront anymore?
I was gonna say Nike because of the stock down, but Nike's still a brand. You know what? I'm gonna play this a little bit. I wish because of the way because of their urban impact, I wish Adidas could do a little bit more, because that Patrick Ewing era was something nice.
Yeah.
They never did have a star quality. They never did have a star quality impact sportsman to push their shoe, but like I said, there was just one of those ships that rose with the tide. British Knight and Lotto.
Yeah.
That game was kind of hard. You know?
I like British Knight.
That game was kind of hard on that casual shoe thing, but even though they didn't have those guys, you know, pushing the shoe. Fila, and they had a guy pushing the shoe. I wouldn't mind seeing them come back. So those are the three.
Yeah. Quick story about British Knight. I remember I was in the 10th grade, and I was like, Mom, you know, she's about Christmas. I was like, I don't want you to buy me anything for Christmas. Just give me the money, and I go buy my own stuff. And she was like, what? I said, yeah, just give me the money, and I'll just go get my own gifts. You don't want to open? I said, no, I want to get my own. She said, okay, well, how much money are you talking about? I said, I may have $200. Now, $200 back then was a lot of money. So she said, and my mom, because she was gonna spend more than $200 on me. So her eyes went like, 200? Okay. You know, it wasn't it was like, okay.
I'm getting them cheap.
Yeah, like, hey, okay. Gave me $4 $50 bills. I went up to what was North Lake Mall. I bought me 2 pairs of British Knights. They were $50 a piece. Now these are designer tennis shoes back then, and it's $50. $50 was a lot for some tennis shoes, as opposed to this $250 that people spending now.
Right.
I got 2 pairs of British Knights for $100. And you remember, I think they called them the Johnny Carson shirts, the Adidas.
Yeah.
I bought 2 of those. One was red with the gold, and the other was blue with the blue and white. I bought those for $50 a piece. I spent $200 on 4 items, and I was as happy as I could be. My mom, she was like, she saw what I got, and she was like, "That's all you got?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "You happy with it?" I said, "Yeah, I'm happy with it." So I had 2 pairs of British Knights for $100, and the Johnny Carson shirts for $100.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but again, in her mind, she was probably saying, "This dumb boy don't know what he's doing. Let me go and buy him some stuff, because after he wear them shoes 2 weeks and wear them shirts twice, he gonna be like, I ain't got nothing."
Right. But you know what?
Yeah,
That's a
but-
mom. That's a mom, and she gonna do that anyway. Shout out to the
Yeah.
moms. Cause let me tell you something. And I'm touch on another point. Since you're speaking on your mom, like my mom was low key. I don't want to say my mom was a sneakerhead,
Mhm.
but she could pick them out. Like I trust her to go get me some sneakers. Like sight unseen, because
Oh,
she
you would.
her game.
I couldn't do that.
Now my mama
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of had a sneaker game. My mom kind of had a sneaker game. She wasn't bad now. Like it was almost like even when I was picking them out,
Mhm.
there was like a level of oh yeah, I'm right. You know, there's a level of approval. She would even, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom she wasn't no slouch. Like she touched on the Nikes
Mhm.
when I was in the first grade, when everybody probably was still Puma, maybe. I don't know what was going on, but I had a Pumas too. But I'm just saying, like she was always trend setting. She always allowed me to, like she can pick out some sneakers, man. I give my mom credit on that one. Like she know what she's doing on the sneakers.
Well, you had it good. I couldn't let my mom pick out.
She had a
them
good eye.
sneakers. I couldn't. She would have came back with some Buster Brown sneakers or something. Man. I couldn't do that. I couldn't let mine.
Hey man, my mom could pick out a badass pair of Pro Kids.
Yeah, but I would like to see Reebok make a return.
Well,
I would like to see Reebok really.
The young man from Arkansas signed, you know, because Allen Iverson is on his I think he's at the age where they're about to give him his money, and they also gave him an ambassador's job, and he signed the young man from Arkansas, I believe, and he's going to bring back the questions and the answers in the updated version. So I think that'll be cool from a retro perspective. Now, the other point I was about to make too, when you said North Lake Mall, you got to bring back the mall. That's where the issue lies with the sneakers. Mm-hmm. The online game and the buying them online, that's convenient, but the nostalgia of trying them on at the mall, seeing them on the rack, that pushed something in the game to another level. And I believe when the mall diminished, you just saw the sneaker game kind of from a stock standpoint.
Yeah, because it's nothing like going to the mall to pick out the stuff. I mean, I still don't care for online shopping. I'd rather go and get my stuff. Because at least I know if I get it and I don't like it, I can take it right back. I don't have to wait 10 days or 20 days for an exchange or to get my money back. I can go right back down the street and say, hey, these didn't fit right. I need another size, or I need my money back. So they do need to bring the malls back.
Bring them all back. I'm gonna tell you what you miss. Even though you can shop for your choices online, there was still something about, okay, Foot Locker, y'all got them. Y'all got what I like, but I'm finna ride down here to Athlete's Foot.
Mm-hmm.
Athlete's Foot, okay, but then again, Foot Action might have a little something going on.
I can see if they got it and if they got a better price, or I might wind up getting 2 pairs from here because they saved me $20.
Right. Then you still shoot down to the Champs. You know what I'm saying? And I know you went through. I know y'all went through this, where you can have a Foot Locker in one mall, and you can have a better Foot Locker or a better selection in a whole nother mall across town. Like that stuff. That was some shit.
And
that was it.
Speaking of which, I never wore them because it was after my time, and also they was girl shoes. But my daughter had every pair of them. I liked them, and I would take. And she was the only one in the school who had them. But they're talking about possibly bringing back those pastries that the Simmons sisters had out.
Oh,
and my daughter, we were talking about, man, if you had somehow kept all those shoes, they might have had some value now.
Man, they might have
had every time one of those shoes came out, she didn't have to say, hey, can we go and get them? I would take her up there to get them because I like buying them for her and seeing that she liked those, and she was the only one that had all those. So I think those will be some nice shoes to come back for the ladies and for the girls.
Yeah. And maybe, and I'm not taking anything away from the rappers, but maybe bring the shoes back to the athletes.
Yeah.
It was cool. It had its time, Oh, we're the only ones buying the shoes. So you think we should be making our own shoes? Yeah. But as you can see, the law of diminishing returns
Right.
happened, and it happened fast, and I think that took something away, from all of that. But at any rate, let's move right along. We should have went. I'm gonna talk about this because we got some time. We got a little bit of time. The NFL QB since 2021. Why have they diminished so quickly?
These first round picks.
I
think because they're not being developed in high school first and foremost. Well, let's start with Pop Warner. They're not being developed there. It's like, hey, well, you the best athlete. Translation, you can throw the ball the furthest and you the fastest. So you're gonna play quarterback. Even though that might not be your best position. But because you can do that, we're gonna get the ball in your hands. You get to high school, okay, you just keep doing what you were doing, Pop Warner, because especially if you still can throw the furthest, and you're the fastest on the field or one of the fastest, and they go on to college. They don't develop these guys. When they get to the NFL, they aren't developed. They've just been getting by on their natural ability. You think about it. It sounds stupid when you hear them saying, "Hey, we got to see if he can take the snap from under center." What you mean you got to see if a quarterback can take the ball from under center? That's like trying to saying, "Hey, well, we need to see if the running back can take a handoff." Those are basic necessities and basic things you have to be able to do to play the position. I should not have to teach you how to take a snap from under center. I should not have to pigeonhole the game into doing the things that you did well in college. And for me, it's not just that, it's that spread offense still. These guys, a lot of these guys can't run a quote unquote pro style offense because they've never taken a snap under center. They've never done anything but spread. And I think it's stymied their growth. Now you get to the NFL, you got to try to reprogram them. And hopefully they catch on quick, because if you drafted him in the first round, if by year 3 he's not showing anything, there's a possibility he's not going to get the year 4. You might just cut him or trade him. You might Justin Fields him. You might who's the other guy? You might end up, he might be in the Rosen from the Cardinals, who they got rid of after 1 year. You know, a lot of these guys mess around. They don't allow them patience to develop either. They want it now. Man, well, so-and-so came into the league and they won right away with him. So why are we not doing that with him? Well, he went to a better team. He's got more stuff around him, or hey, maybe he's got better coaching, or maybe he's just better at the position, at least at this time, than the guy that you got. You got a guy who's more of a project as opposed to closer to being a completed product. So I think that you got to have a quarterback coach for all of these quarterbacks, not just in the NFL, but also in college. And you got to spend time developing them so that they have the fundamentals. Because a lot of them, they come in and you got to work with them on fundamentals. Why should I have to work with you on footwork after you've been playing football since the age of 5, playing quarterback? You get to the NFL and you still can't drop back. You still can't take a snap from under center. You still can't go through progressions. Not that you're supposed to be finished, but you need to have something for me to work with instead of I gotta teach this dude everything. It's I think they need the spread has messed them up, and also the fact that they want a return on investment at every level quickly now. They don't develop. If the kid that doesn't make it in college, they aren't starting because they don't have everything, they haven't developed yet. Instead of staying there to learn, they go into the portal. Now they're going into the portal and going somewhere else. You're still not a good player yet. You still need things, you still have to learn things. But because you're not starting or you don't like the coach, you just jump to another school and you're in the same boat that you're in. So I think it's the most important position in team sports. They need to start developing and working with them at least by the time they get to college to try to get them prepared. And I think that's what's running down into the NFL. They just aren't, they're coming in a couple of years behind where they ought to be in the first place. Because, most of them leave anyway. Most of them don't come in as seniors. They leave after 3 years and they aren't developed. And NFL is like this. They want you to already know things, and then there's only so much time they're going to give to you, be able to put into you because of the damn CBA and everything. Well, we've been practicing an hour and 30 minutes. We only get an hour and 33. They need to put more time into developing these quarterbacks.
As I always say, please go back and this is probably one of our first season's discussions. And we were kind of 50-50 on the hit rate of the quarterback who sits out versus the quarterback who instantly starts. And we couldn't, this is Tank and I, and we couldn't figure out which one had the higher percentage success rate. So we just kind of agreed to disagree on that, and we won't let time take its toll on that. However, in this instance of what Tank is discussing, I'm gonna say since 2015, to be honest with you. Not 2021, even though that's a good, timestamp to use. But for me, when we put the question in this context, I'm gonna say a few things hurt them. 707 football, because it's not pure development of what you actually have to do
deal with
before you get to your progressions. It's not the full mechanics of what you're doing to get to your progressions. And then when you have to compartmentalize all that in the actual game, it's different. And for some, when they used to have to do that, it was already difficult. Now, you've had this free reign game, and it's even more difficult for some. I'm also going to say the 7-on-7 game developed the wide receivers more than anybody, and the DBs to a degree, but the DBs have to learn how not to touch you. So my thing is, you get to college and you go to one of these top universities, and one thing that has not changed about the NFL and football itself to a degree. The quarterback is still going to get all of the glory as the individual statistical guy from the offensive team standpoint. You have to really dissect football to say, if the running back didn't do this, that play action wouldn't have been there. If the wide receiver wasn't doing this, or the slot guy wasn't doing this. But what I'm saying is, when you get to Ohio State, when you get to LSU, when you get to Alabama, when you playing at Texas Tech, when you playing at University of Miami to a degree, FSU, with all of these world-class guys on the outside, that's making you look, University of Florida, that's making you look like you better than what you are. You get to the league, he's not that good. Exactly. The development of the wide receiver and the wide receiver still, they're different, but I still don't like to give them too much because you can't touch them. They got free reign. But with that free reign in college, you gonna get some graces because that cornerback might be a freshman playing against a wide receiver. That cornerback might be a 3-star playing against a 6-star. You're going to feel like you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. What's affected these quarterbacks? And go back to your point with the OTAs. If the lineman can't learn to block, whether that be run blocking or pass blocking in your OTAs, because you don't want them out on the field too long, you don't want them risking injury, you don't you can't spend those, you can't get those reps in to learn those pass coverages. I wonder how many linemen know pass coverages as much as the quarterback does as they used to back in the days. You know, remember, Peyton Manning is arguing with
Jeff Saturday.
With Jeff Saturday about how the play goes.
Yeah.
That's not what you do. That's usually an argument set aside for a wide receiver and a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But when did they have that argument? 2008.
It was a Super Bowl year. Yeah. I think it was 08 or was it 06?
So we talking almost 20.
Yeah.
That's a lost art. Jeff Saturday knows that because I've done this rep in games and in practice just as much as you.
Right.
So when you don't have that, your lineman is off. So you might be off as a quarterback. Peyton Manning had to respect what Jeff Saturday said, right or wrong, because there was an opinion in there that he had to say, maybe I might not be right. And Jeff stood on 10 toes by his feelings on that.
Yeah.
No, you're not all pro. I'm all pro too. You're not right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you lose all of that, and with everything I'm saying, when your wide receivers are just looking like they just all world, a quarterback is getting accolades for things that he really can't really do because of the talent around him. I'm telling y'all, Joe Burrow may be the exception, but I want to go back and look at because I know those Alabama quarterbacks, they suffer.
Yeah.
They suffer. I want to go back and look at who my boy, the bus from LSU.
Oh, the bust. Jamarcus.
Jamarcus. Who do you have at wide receiver?
Devery Henderson. What's the other guy's name? Devery Henderson, I remember because he went to the Buccaneers. And was it Eddie Kennison? No, I think Kennison had already came out.
Already gone.
Yeah.
Those USC
Don't
quarterbacks.
know.
Y'all got.
They ain't never done nothing.
I'm telling you, you better. Hey, it was the beginning. I mean, we were talking the other day. I didn't realize it, but and he's a talent. Jameis Winston was at Florida State slanging it, gunslinging. That gunslinging changed a little bit when he got to the league. it could get camouflaged at Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin and my boy, he played at Jacksonville. Him with some Dalvin Cook. They camouflage.
Yeah.
They camouflage a lot of what was happening with Jameis out there gunslinging. Got to the league. Oh, we picking that.
We picking this one 30 times.
We picking this one 30
This
times.
year.
Everybody know Lewis and Percy Harvin camouflaged the mess out of Tim Tebow.
Yeah, that was He had like it's still shocking. I mean, you see why he didn't succeed, but it was for a while. I was looking, I was like, it just makes no sense that you're that good in the SEC and you can't play in the NFL. But it was that you were in the SEC with all that talent and you did what you needed to do and you were great at it in college, but in the NFL it's different. And he didn't know how to take a snap from under center either.
Because you don't have a lineman and you don't have a center looking back at you like, this ain't how you do it, big buddy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to do it, and they're not putting in the reps to know that they're supposed to know. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just my theory. That's just my theory on that.
Yeah.
That's just me. You know, and until we have some pass rushers down there on all fours with their hand in the dirt, I just don't trust your son. Talking about, oh, he bad, he good, he did. Yeah. I don't trust your son. You telling me from a smoke and mirrors perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Nevertheless, man, we are closing in, man. But I do have a question before we go. Okay. Because I spoke of quarterbacks, I spoke of running backs, and I spoke of wide receivers. And I don't know if they have a trademark on that, but it was something that happened prior to them. But they in a sense created the name triplets, and even went back in retrograde and had us find out that there was some triplets from before. But I'm talking about Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin. Which brings me to this question. Any sport, what are your top 5? How you put it?
Well, any category.
Any category?
Yeah.
Yeah, your top 10 trios. Any category. Yeah. Right. And when you say any category, are you saying any sport?
Anything outside of sport too.
Outside of sports, wrestling, R&B. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh. Now I know I got 5.
All right. So we'll start. This is these aren't in any particular order. This is just I'm giving 5 and he's giving 5.
Right.
So I'll start with mine, then you go with yours.
Hold on. If you got something to say about it, type it in the comments. Put in your 5. I don't want to hear you saying, well, why didn't you mention? That's for you to do. Go ahead, Tank.
All right. Trio, triplets. I gotta go with my first has got my first has got to be the Gap Band.
Oh,
My first has got to be the Gap Band, and this is just out of 5. This is not in the particular order, but I got the Gap Band, and we all know Uncle Charlie was the voice of that, but they had hits, and there's things you still hear to this day, and it takes you right back to what you heard, and they cross genres. I mean, people don't think about Oops Upside Your Head, and then You Drop the Bomb on Me, and then Outstanding. I mean, those are all different types of songs, and they still last to this day.
all right.
For those triplets, I got the Gap Band. Who you got?
Okay. All right. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna meet you with music then.
Okay.
I'm gonna just meet you with music. This ain't 5, 4,
Okay.
3, 2, 1. I'm gonna just meet
Yeah,
you with music
right.
until we get to 10, right?
Yep.
Oh, I got enough because you might say mine, but I'm gonna go with Tony.
Yeah, I knew you going there. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Tony. If you don't know Tony, go to a wedding.
Yeah.
If you don't know Tony, go hang around a couple that been married a while and see what they play every year in the morning when they get up, and happy that they still together. You know,
Mhm.
and before T.I. told the ladies that they can have whatever you like, Tony told them whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you know I can't provide. So it's plenty more. But we're short on time. So I'm gonna go with the 3 T's. Tony.
Okay. And I got the first 3 in this trilogy: Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back,
Ooh.
and what was it? Return of the Jedi.
Salt coming.
Those 3, and to this day, you can see the difference in special effect quality, but they at the same time, the storyline and the special effects, they still hold up. They aren't dated where oh man, it's old. But you can see the difference in special effects, of course, but it still holds up, and you can see exactly why their franchise, but particularly those 3, are classics.
There's an obvious one that I can go with, but I'm not gonna go there. It's obvious now, but I'm not gonna go there.
Okay.
Because we have new classics. And I'm gonna go Back to the Future, Back to the Future 2, and Back to the Future 3. They hit their mark on all of them. You know, because Marty McFly and his dad hitting Biff was awesome. Just to turn around and see Biff get the lotto, Biff come steal the car, go to the future and have all the lotto numbers and be rich.
Yeah.
That was tight.
Yeah.
Then they hit you with the westerns. And the last one.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3, baby.
Yeah, there was a time when sequels and the follow-ups, they really put in time and effort and energy and made sure that they were quality.
It was like they wrote all 3.
Yeah. It's like they were like, okay, we got to make this consistent as we can with what came before it.
Exactly. All right. Yeah. So we had in a sense 10, 9, 8, 7.
Yeah. Well, we got So we got 6 4. All right. And this is when you don't have much money, but you're hungry and you gotta find something around the house. And it's simple, but if it's done right, it can hit the spot for you. BLT,
Oh,
the bacon, lettuce, and tomato
oh,
sandwich. It's gonna always do the job. Just make sure
All
you
right.
put enough bacon on there. It's
Okay.
gonna always do the job.
all right. You want to go there? You went to food. You went to food, and you went around the house, and you said when you broke.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna stay with you. I'm gonna stay with you now. I'm gonna stay with you. And as classic as it get, not be arguably a better triple than peanut butter and jelly. And I can go bread, but I'm gonna go milk.
Okay.
Peanut butter, jelly, and a glass of milk, boy.
Okay. Yeah. We used to make it peanut butter and jelly and put it on toast.
Oh
with some
yeah.
butter with some butter. We call it a honky sandwich.
Hey, come on now. Come on now. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Since you went there.
All right. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take this back to music. Oh, no, I'm gonna take this to football. Defensive lineman, Mean Joe Green, going right up the gap. Mean Joe Green, linebacker, Jack Lambert, and your cornerback, Mel Blount.
Oh,
I think that's a trio, a defensive trio, somebody at each level that's very hard to top. It's very, very, very hard to top. They're all in the Hall of Fame.
now I'm gonna meet you. And not because my boy just posted this on his wall today, but that's just how the internet works. When you say something, you see it. And I got some Hall of Famers for you, and I got an all-time defense, and they won a ring too.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave one out because he wasn't in the picture. So, based upon the picture, I'm gonna leave him over there. But it's kind of 4. But I'm gonna go Warren Sapp, Eric Brooks, and Rondé Barber.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with John Lynch, but you
See, I
went
did.
Rondé.
He was,
Okay.
See, John Lynch wasn't John Lynch wasn't on the post.
No, okay.
John Lynch wasn't on the post, but Rondé in the Hall of Fame too. So it was just 3
Okay.
of them. So I'm going. John, shout out to John. Now he just wasn't on the
Yeah.
post. Shout out to John.
Yeah.
Shout out to John.
Okay. All right. So that's a good top 10.
Hold on.
That's
So that where we at?
That's 10.
That was 3, 2, and 1.
I
No,
had
that's
2 musics. I had 2 music. I had the food. I had
got
the
one more.
ball. I had the movies, 2 music, food, and football. That was 5.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just 5. Yeah. So
you had Star Wars
Star
trilogy,
Wars.
Gap Band, the food,
BLT.
the BLT, the
Steelers.
And who was your other music?
Who's other music? Man, who did I just say?
Told you it was 2 and 1.
Oh, yeah, because you took Tony.
Right. You couldn't use him. That's 2 and 1. It's 2 and 1, baby. Come on now.
I think for the culture, for the impact, and even though they didn't do much because they had 1 hit. Man, I hate you so. I hate that you stole Tony. But I go, okay. I gotta go. I gotta give some love to my boys. BBD. Because for simple, all you have to do is play Poison, the #1 party starter ever. And then When Will I See You Smile Again? Thought It Was Me, dope. They got, when BBD does their thing in concert, it turns the whole vibe and everything completely different. and it rocks. It's like it just came out yesterday
Right,
when
right.
you put those songs on. So yeah, so I got BBD for what they've done, particularly their first album, but the second album gave us not Smile Again, but the other one, the other ballad. I can't remember the name of it. Not Smile Again.
I do need you. I do need you.
It's not Smile Again, but it's the other one. What's the other one? I'm gonna wake up at 3 a.m. I'm gonna text you and tell you what it is.
I need you.
Yeah. And also when they did the last album, the one a few years ago, Three Stripes was pretty good too.
Okay.
But yeah, I think BBD.
I want to go back to sports, right?
Okay.
Because I want to say it's just too many to choose from. Paris Bird McHale, Magic Kareem Worthy, Jordan Pippen Grant, Jordan Pippen Rodman. See, it's too many to choose from. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
But what I am gonna do, in honor of Pooh Shiesty and his stupidity, I'm gonna go with Three Strikes. Yeah. And that's not baseball.
Yeah.
3 strikes. You get them 3 strikes.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Them my triplets. Number 1.
Oh, that's funny. Oh.
Yes, indeed.
3
yes,
strikes.
Indeed. 3 strikes. Shout out to the movie. Shout out to the movie 3 Strikes too. And a lot of people that movie 3 Strikes, they say that was better than Friday. You might want to go check that out again, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
real good classic little urban hood tale. Mm-hmm. Most definitely. But at any rate, man, we have reached this final hour of the No Jazz Show, man. I just want to thank everybody for coming out and joining us, and make sure you do what we ask you to do. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Email us at nojasshow@gmail.com. That's the one we don't have to laugh at. All your comments, let us know what we need to do. Let us know some topics we need to talk about. Make sure you go to this live, and then when we edit it and place it back on the pages, make sure you chat with us. We might take this top 10 edition and put it out there somewhere, and allow you to give your 5 best trios out there. We want to thank you all for joining us. We want to make sure you all have a wonderful, and make sure you did have hopefully had a wonderful and safe Easter weekend, and then that next weekend leading up into the spring. A lot of kids on spring break. A lot of kids out here traveling, going into the last spring break of their senior years. We wish you all the best and all well. Again, follow us on YouTube and subscribe at NOJASSSHOW. We are on Instagram at the No Jazz Show. Follow us on X at No Jazz Show, spelled with the 3 S's. Catch us live Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Follow all of the links. You'll see the introductory page come up. When you see that bubbling and buffering, go ahead and log in. We'll be loud enough in your ears. If you don't want to look at us on the screen, listen to us on the audio. We ain't gonna take up but 2 hours of your time. You ain't got nothing to do. We know y'all got nostalgia. Everybody waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, mad that God doing you like that. Trying to buy these new mattresses and everything. You know what I'm saying? We know how it is. We know how it is. Get up and get a BLT. Get up and get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich late at night. You know what I'm saying? To check us out. You're gonna be up doing what you do, rather than just be scrolling on the phone doing nothing.
Mhm.
And before we go, I just want to ask Tank if he has any last words, because he has some choice first words.
Listen, since tacoed out and called a ceasefire, I'm gonna leave it alone this week.
Okay.
But for my last words, it just be a quick story, a little trivia.
Okay.
Something that might win you some money one day if you ever enter a contest or whatnot.
Oh, okay. I know what it is. I
yeah.
forgot the reminder, but go ahead.
Yeah, and you can also call it or hit refresh because we do blend sports with entertainment, with music, and and with music
exactly.
and with movies. So
this whole segment was a hit refresh.
Yeah.
This whole show. But go ahead.
Real quick, I'm gonna take you back to November 16th, 1969. The Detroit Lions. They had a few years earlier. They drafted Mel Farr and Lynn Barney, who became an NFL Hall of Famer. They were both all pros at the time. They were hanging out with this guy who was. I don't want to give you his name. I just give you his initials, MKG. He became friends with them because they were all in Detroit. So he became friends with them, and they started, like I said, they were hanging out, and they managed to get this guy, MKG. They managed to get him a tryout with the Detroit Lions. He did the tryout, and it didn't work out. He didn't make the team. It wasn't a good workout or a good tryout. But Mel Farr and Lynn Barney, they did this favor for their friend, and this friend had a movie coming out that was called The Ballad of Andy Crocker. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the only movie that MKG ever played in. And most people have probably never heard of or seen this movie, The Ballad of Andy Crocker. I'm not going to tell you that it was a good movie. I'm not going to tell you that it was a bad movie. I'm just going to say it was released on TV, but I'm just going to say it's not a very popular movie. Even though MKG is a very popular person. So his career as a football player, obviously that didn't work. His career as an actor, that didn't work. So fast forward to January. Let's just fast forward to 1971. After that movie came out, this person decided he was going to be a singer as well. So this person was a singer, and he went on to record one of the most impactful and important soul songs, R&B songs, well, we used to call it soul songs, soul music in history. The name of that song is What's Going On. MKG is Marvin, I can't remember his middle name, Gaye. Now, you're probably wondering, what does Mel Farr and Lynn Barney have to do with Marvin Gaye other than getting him a tryout with the Lions? Now, if you listen to and can recall the beginning of What's Going On, the talking between the guys, that's Lynn Barney and Mel Farr talking. And if you listen, you hear them say, man, what we going to do this? Man, we're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, man, we winning the Super Bowl. If you listen, you hear them talking their stuff and talking about, hey, we're going to win. And it's Marvin Gaye. Now, they also sang background on that song. So you have Mel Farr, Lynn Barney from the Detroit Lions, who got their friend Marvin Gaye a tryout with the Lions. He was also in the movie Ballad of Andy Crocker. So those are two things he tried that didn't work out for him. But of course, we know what he became as a singer. And he returned the favor by having them on the background, singing background, and also being the dialogue that you hear at the beginning of a classic song by the name of What's Going On. So, hey, take what and do with that as you will, but they might win you some trivia money one of these days.
That's what's up. That is what's up. And that is, if you place that question right, there's some trivia money. Now, for my last words, I got some trivia money too. A lot of y'all might not know this, because of when this city started for you. And I just found it out recently. But I want to get his name. I know his name, but it's the other guy. All right. Lately, I believe it's on the All the Smoke podcast. Shout out to all the podcasts going on out here. They had this urban hero legend athlete on there. And his moniker, he went by the name Super Crip. And he also was like this big time basketball player who actually, if I'm not mistaken, maybe he went to Auburn. I'm not sure. And I think he might have played 1 year in the league, but a lot of people knew him. And he actually said that he played the game, Rapper the Game, said he played basketball with him. And he played against Carson Palmer. That was the name that came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't hear no that. So good. So he's from Compton, California. And I know for a lot of y'all, Compton and the name Compton began with NWA and Eazy-E. You know, cool. And so they asked him who were his Mount Rushmore from Compton, right? Very interesting. And Super Crip said The Game, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and my boy that played for Detroit, Detroit Pistons with long arms. Hold on. I want to get his name right. Not the Renz. What his name? Hold on. Not James Harden. Tayshaun Prince.
Okay.
Tayshaun Prince. So a lot of people was in the a lot of people were in the chat like, hold on, man. You know, you're gonna throw all of them in there and not mention Serena or Venus. You know, that was the argument, right? You know, you got James, DeMar DeRozan, Tyson Chandler, Tayshaun Prince, Dennis Johnson. So they all through the chat talking about why not mention Venus and Serena? Valid argument. And they had some more people, because if I'm not mistaken, I think Kendrick from there too. Had a lot of people. But I scroll down and guess who I see the most famous name who really should be on the Mount Rushmore of Compton. And I don't know if y'all ever been to Compton, but I used to have a young lady I was dating in Paramount. And so I'm out having a stroll one day. And I ended up walking into Compton. And I'm, you know, California weather nice, so you just walked into Compton, and 5 miles west is a city called Southgate. But all of them consider that when you from one of them, regionally they gonna say represent that side, but it's all Compton. Guess who I found out from Compton? The inventor of the Super Bowl, Pete Rozelle, is from Compton, California. So for all of you, yeah, Southgate, right there. So for all of you who don't know that, even from Compton, California, Pete Rozelle, I believe he was the 3rd commissioner of the NFL, the one who merged the AFL and the NFL, and invented the Super Bowl. The one that Kendrick Lamar was in. The one that Game wanted to be in. The one that Dr. Dre, the game that Dr. Dre and Snoop, even though he's from Long Beach, was in. The inventor of that was from your city. Pete Rozelle. Look it up. Southgate, Compton. Probably one of the most popular, impactful commissioners in sports history. And that's my last word. Shout out to Pete Rozelle.
Pete.
Late great Pete Rozelle. But at any rate, this has been the No Jazz Show. Thank you all for joining us. And as we do about this time, all the time, Tank, salute these people. We are out of here.
See you next week. Oh, Pete. Oh, Petey P. Rolling down Crenshaw.
Pete round down Crenshaw. Now that might be South Central. But at any rate,